Top 10 Games, Part 2. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I initially gave this a 10, but after some time, I did realize there was one slight issue I had with this game.
How on earth do I consistently activate the sage's abilities?
Aside from that, this is still a phenomenal experience. A lot of people accuse this of being a $70 DLC when it's so much more than that. It still has a nice story, it still has new mechanics, it still has new dungeons, and it adds 2 more layers to the already huge map. You don't need my recommendation to play this. Baldurs Gate 3. Yes, the critical darling of 2023. I don't have anything to add that hasn't already been said, but I will say this. Between this and Zelda, this is definitely more refreshing for me. I always wanted to get into Dungeons and Dragons, but never found any people to play with yet. This was as close as I could experience it. Alan Wake 2. Holy shit, this game was awesome. I try not to compare whenever I talk about a game, but when it comes to survival horror games, this one's the best. I guess I have to just oh my god. Out of every game I've played this year, this one threw the most curveballs at me. What the? What the? Is this what it doesn't, is this what's huh? Huh? Play a better version of it. You'll see which game I'm talking about later. Yeah, it's Cyberpunk. Fun fact, I initially played this when it first came out, and we all know how that turned out. I didn't have the strongest impression, so I put it down and never thought about it again. Until Edgerunners. After watching that, I decided to give the game another shot, and I adored it. The gameplay was a bit lackluster, but the story, characters, world building, and the overall vibe carried the whole experience for me. So imagine to my surprise that CD Projekt Red released Update 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, and somehow made the entire experience better. Boy oh boy, this DLC was an experience. This was what Cyberpunk wanted to be back in 2020. The story was phenomenal. I felt sorry for every character in our journey. Worst of all, I felt awful for V themselves. When you meet certain requirements, you unlock a new ending in the base game. No spoilers here, of course, but if you expect a true happy ending for V,
you're wrong.
That new ending, as well as the ones in the expansions, made me emotional and numb. I haven't felt that way since Nier Automata. I'll be here for a long time if I want to keep talking about this, but please, for those who dropped it because of how bad it was back then, give this game a second shot. It's an experience you will not regret. And my game of the year goes to...